How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. My name is Sam Holcman, and today's topic is about multiple guess exams, oral exams, and written exams versus workshop type of approaches. What I mean by this is I read an article recently, it was June 2023, about artificial intelligence is really causing an issue in universities and colleges and how they're addressing it. And the article was about looking at the concept of an oral exam replacing multiple guess exams. And you know from my past broadcasts, both podcasts and my webinars, I have been quite adamant about getting people to recognize that passing a multiple guess exam is really one of the poorest ways to judge accomplishments. And our universe of enterprise architecture and business architecture, we stopped doing that literally over 25 years ago. And that's why we call our approaches to enterprise and business architecture certification workshops. This particular article was quite fascinating because it says that one of the best ways to do things is through an oral exam. That has benefits, but why not couple that with a workshop where people demonstrate their skills, not just a, quote, exam. In other words, how they actually do things. It's more like the olden days of a essay question, or, you know, we used to call it something like that, where we would have to provide an understanding of what we're doing, a traceable and transparent approach to a particular thing. Once again, a workshop where the instructor actually puts together a case study and the activities that are going on there work through the case study, and the people that are taking the course actually demonstrate their skills that are there. And we can see the incredible issue that, you know, from a university standpoint, and what, of course, the professors need to do is to change their teaching style and testing style, which causes great angst on the part of professors and the academic community. But I want to concentrate on our world, enterprise and business architecture. There is no excuse for continuing to push the concept of taking a multiple guess exam. Let me be more kind, a multiple choice exam. It doesn't make any sense because of artificial intelligence, because of the exam takers and the proxies that we can use for these types of things. So there are different approaches to it. And the numbers that we found in this article are startling. They're actually just absolutely scary. And in one of the studies, the professor found 4% of the papers that were submitted by students at the universities were just generated entirely by AI. The students didn't even try to add anything there, just did a copy-paste, that's there. And of course, what we have to recognize, and the universities are recognizing, it delegitimizes, the value of that degree. Well, we're saying the same thing about business architecture and enterprise architecture certification. It delegitimizes the value of those particular skills. And that's why when we provide this type of understanding to our attendees, we say to people, you are a EACOE certified enterprise architect or a BACOE business architect certified by BACOE, to give people a recognition it isn't the same thing. And of course, the universities are scrambling to address this issue because people are realizing, unfortunately, the fakery that is going on. What's also a little bit surprising is that a lot of universities had honor codes that people signed, the students signed, that said, you know, you're not going to cheat and you're not going to do this. And what they found, unfortunately, is that 2/3 of the students that signed the honor code actually broke the honor code itself. That says something, of course, about a little bit about society, but let's go past that. In summary, what we need to do for enterprise architecture and business architecture certification, just like the universities are now recognizing, is moving away from the exam-based approach to a skills demonstration approach. In other words, workshops where the attendees demonstrate the skills in enterprise and business architecture. Let's build a profession before it's too late. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.